I don't even know to say how to Villajuelo.
I have to go that
Villajuelo.
way. It's Via Condillos.
Oh, Via con Dios.
Via Condillos. Oh, dude. What did they call them? Oh, say Via Condillos, you big Spanish sausage or something. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
Fucking King of the Hill.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
From Father or whatever.
Monsignor Mulcahy or
Monsignor. No, Monsignor Mulcahy.
Monsignor
Martinez.
Yeah. Oh, such a good show.
I got it. All right. What is going on, everybody?
Good show.
We are here for episode 12 of the podcast. If you guys hear any noise in the backgrounds, please don't be alarmed. We're at Culebras, and we have some people coming in and out. Both Jackie and Jeremy are busy working, so they might need to come in and out, grab some refreshment, grab some bathroom time, kind of
care stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. So it is what it is. Today we're going to be taking a look at a couple of cigars, courtesy of Chris Markham. The Tobaccos Villajuelo, I believe is how you say it. And the reason we're doing these two cigars at the same time today, you guys, Gary, how you doing? Is they are both the exact same blend. They both use a San Andreas wrapper. They use the Dominican binder, and they have a blend of tobaccos from Nicaragua and the Dominican for their filler. And the only difference between the two, both 5x54, is that one is a box pressed and one is a traditional round cigar. Now, you can't see this, obviously, if you're just listening to the podcast, but I'm trying to show the camera as best I can. The one here in my left hand is the box press. The one in my right hand is the traditional. And they are both the exact same cigar, with the only difference, of course, being one is traditionally round and one is box pressed.
Now, this came up a while ago on the show. I would say almost 2 months ago on the live stream on Saturday. Mm-hmm. So if you got a chance to watch that, thank you so much. And Mark Campbell was nice enough to say, hey, I have a cigar that could test that theory. Let's see what the nuances, the subtle differences are between your box press and your traditional just rounded rolled cigar. So I'm curious. I'm curious to see what we're going to find out today.
I'm curious too. I don't think there's going to be much of a difference. I think it's going to be mostly hand feel, mouth feel for these. Again, a big thanks to Chris, because he sent us a bunch of these cigars all in the same size. Just one's box pressed, one's traditional.
Yep.
So we can go ahead and figure this out. Again, they're both 5x54. They both have the exact same blend. They both use a San Andreas Mexican wrapper, Dominican Republic binder, Dominican and Nicaraguan fillers. So really curious to see it. As far as the cigars themselves look, they both look absolutely fine. I will say I do have a crack here, Mike, in my box press.
Oh, you can see that. Yeah.
So that's a pretty bad crack right there.
I'm going to go ahead. I'm not going to do my little tear cut today, though. I am going to use the table cutter.
Yeah.
So they have the exact same cut, basically. I want them to be as even as possible and everything. So taking a little of the human error out of it.
Yeah.
That might cause some issues.
We'll see.
Yeah. That's all we can do is check it out. Anything that has San Andreas tobacco in it or on it is going to be a favorite. I agree with that 100%. I hope everyone out there is having a good day. I hope you're having a good weekend for those listening, because this is going to come up tomorrow or on Friday on Stitcher, SoundCloud, Google Play, and iTunes, which we are on. Thank you so much for everyone listening, by the way, on the podcast. That is a huge help. Okay.
So I've got my box press lit.
Got the box press lit. All right. All right. I'm going to go ahead and steal these other cedar spills. So he's taking his sweet time lighting that.
And I've got my traditional lit.
There we go. Let's toast that a little bit. Ooh, that's burning hot.
Oh, man. Okay, so we're doing these cigars simultaneously. So it's going to be a lot of smoking. So if there's a little bit of dead air, you guys, we do apologize. But it is what it is. Today we are smoking the Tabacos Valajuelo. I believe is how you say it. And again, these cigars are the exact same cigar. The only difference is one is box press, one is traditionally round. One in my left hand is a box press. One in my right hand is the traditional. So just want to see if they smoke different. They should taste the same, but we want to check.
Yeah, no, everything. I'm not saying they're going to taste the same, actually. I think there's going to be subtle differences. Which a lot of
Now, the only thing that I'm gonna say is bad about this is that they're spicy, so it's double spice.
I love that. Spice is nice, all right? I love spice.
Got a little not lit spot there. Got it. Perfect. All right, so they're both starting out well. They're both starting out nice, good draw.
Which one did you have a spot on that wasn't lit?
The traditional.
Oh, okay. Mine's on the box press. I had the exact same issue.
Yep, just different spot.
Different. Yeah. Not a huge issues, guys. I already lit it, so it's going well.
And of course, let us know your guys' preference in the comments.
Box press
versus traditional.
And let me get these going right here. All right, one in each hand. Double smoking. It's a good day.
This is a spice. This is not a black pepper heat.
No.
This is a definite spice, like a slight cayenne red pepper spice going on. You definitely feel it. It will definitely wake you up. So, yeah. And again, you guys, these are Tabacos Valajuelo. It's Vallejuelo. This is actually a cigar I've never heard of before.
What's the end of that? The end of it? The last couple letters?
J-E-L-L-O.
J-E-L-L-O?
J-U-E-L-O.
Wow. That was Vallejuelo.
No, it's not Carmangelo.
Carmangelo. Say it.
But again, these were two cigars. They're the exact same blend, exact same size. The only difference is one's box press, one's traditional. So we're smoking them. Going to see which one we prefer. Going to see if they smoke any different. A lot of people are of the camp where, they smoke completely different and they taste completely different. Some people are like, no, there's really no difference. Just depends on what you prefer. So yeah,
feeling a little like Wolverine over here, trying to take a sip of my soda, just something to cleanse the palate. I want something with little bubbles, kind of just wipe it away each time. I had a few people tell me that they think water is too base and it just cleans everything off completely. So you really can't tell what you're getting the next puff, which I kind of get that. But at the same time, I think something that's completely flavorless might be the easiest way to, tell.
Sorry about the creaky, you guys. This pool table is probably shouldn't be putting pressure on that part of it.
Nah, you'll be fine.
Now, for the most part, you guys, I do tend to prefer a traditional cigar as far as shape goes. But my favorite cigar the last 2 years running has been a box press cigar.
Huh. Did not see that coming. I didn't think about that.
Yeah.
Pretty crazy. Pretty interesting. I will say so far, not a whole lot of differences. That spice is definitely in there.
Yeah, there's a lot of spice.
A lot of woodiness, which I enjoy.
Very, very spicy. Very woody. Earthy.
Good earth notes, yeah.
Now, I can't really say if it's a long finish or not, only because I'm smoking these simultaneously. Really not enough time to let the cigar have a finish.
No, I'm not really looking for that kind of stuff. I don't really care about construction all that much. I don't care about smoke output. I care about if I puff this and then I puff that, if there's different flavors. I'm not even exactly sure if I care what flavors are there, as long as it tastes different than each other.
Yeah.
So far, no.
No.
The finish, yeah, definitely not going to be able to tell the finish right now. It's going to be too difficult. But I don't know. This is already. These are not light cigars,
right? It's definitely a full-flavored, full-bodied cigar, and I did find these on Atlantic Cigar Company on their website, but the box-pressed Robusto is sold out, and I believe some of the other sizes. So this comes in a lot of different sizes, guys. But I believe the box-pressed Robusto was already sold out. So you might have to wait for them to get some more in.
Okay. Now there we
The
go.
last 2 years running, my favorite cigar has been the Oliva CRV Milano Figurado, which is a box press Figurado. And
then the next year, your favorite was a vanilla cream vodka box press. I didn't know they made those from Tatiana. That was crazy.
yes, vanilla vodka box press, of course.
Yes, delicious. Now I did get a little difference in flavor here. Okay, I went from box press, a little drink of my soda, cleanse the palate. Went to the traditional round roll, whatever you want to call it, and it was just a little less spicy.
Okay.
It was already kind of getting into other flavors. There's a lot of smoke on my tongue right now, so kind of hard to pinpoint exactly what I'm getting, but it was different, and there was a downtick in spice already. So now, time to do the pattern over again here. Box press.
They seem to both be smoking pretty darn well, even with the rip that I have, the tear that I have in the box press. It seems to be smoking well. Doesn't seem to be affecting it too much just yet, but we'll have to see. So don't forget, you guys, tell us what you guys prefer. Would you guys prefer a box press cigar or a traditional cigar? Again, today we've got both, and we're smoking them simultaneously. And just trying to see if we get any major differences.
Not really major difference. This is maybe a little bit less spicy. I think it might have just been that one little puff that didn't taste as spicy as before. It's pretty much on par with each other so far. Nothing crazy either way. So just got to keep puffing away.
You know, honestly, my assumption would be that it's really a preference of shape. I mean, why else would they make the exact same blend, the exact same size, just one rounded, one box pressed?
Yeah, honestly, where you place the leaf is very important. So if there's no corners on this one, there's no corners to put leaf in, but there are over here.
Mm-hmm.
So does that make a difference in the flavor profile? You know, it's the difference between me liking spaghetti and you liking lasagna.
True.
They're the same dish.
Noodles and sauce.
And sauce, yeah. It's just the cheese is a little different, and sometimes one's meatless, one's got weird stuff in it, like that weird cheese that I don't like.
Now, the Eye of the Shark was a pretty good cigar. It probably isn't one of my top 3 favorites of Cigar Aficionado's #1 cigar of the year for the past few years. I did prefer the Oliva CRV Milano Figurado, the Andalusian Bull, the La Bijou.
The EP Carrillo, I think, was also I like
the Encore. Yeah, that was really
good.
good too. But definitely the Eye of the Shark was a good one, and I like the fact that it was both box pressed and traditional.
Yeah, nothing wrong with it. I just wasn't as good. Well, no, not even as good. It's just in my personal preference. I prefer the other ones because it was a really great cigar still.
And much like the Andalusian Bull, a lot of places it is a hard one to find.
It gets very hard to find. Ricotta cheese, yes. I'm reading the comments right now for those listening to the podcast, but yeah, I don't care for ricotta cheese. Same for me. I'm weird that way though. Okay, that's nice. And for those on YouTube watching this live, thank you so much. Cam, where can I get them? Atlantic Cigars has the traditional roll.
Atlantic Cigar has some of them, but not all of them.
Yeah.
A lot of them are out of order.
You may just have to go to the website.
On back order. As far as draw goes, I'm getting a nice even draw on both of them. No big differences in draw quality, draw resistance at all. It's pretty much the same. So that's definitely good.
I agree with that as well. I'm still not getting a whole lot of flavor differences. I'm actually still leaning towards the rolled cigar not being as spicy. That's continuously getting a little less spicy than the box press. And I'm starting with the box press every time I go into a new rotation. So I figure if I put smoke on top of smoke, the other one should be spicier, just on my tongue, just for having that much smoke on it.
Now, I will say that the size of the box press of this one is the exact same size as the Oliva CRV Milano Robusto.
Oh, my ash fell.
So it feels a lot like the Robusto in my hand to me.
I don't know what to tell you about that. I don't compare everything to the Oliva CRV Milano.
But you should.
I don't know why I would. Better cigars out there. I'm trying to break off both. Ashes.
Well, Manny, if you're watching, I apologize, brother.
That is nice as well.
Take a draw of them off the same time.
All right, that's what they want out there. Let me get. I want.
And then retro.
I couldn't get a really good draw off either of them. I couldn't close my mouth. It didn't work. That makes no sense. And running through, I'm not going to retro that. Did you retro? Yeah, you retroed
it.
Why would you do such a thing? It's a very spicy cigar. Well, it's not that spicy, but it's spicy enough.
Off the retro, and is that Dennis that suggested the retro? Off the retro, it was instead of a cayenne spice, it was a pepper spice, but you do get a raisin quality off the retro.
Are you sure this wasn't you just coughing a lot?
No, it was definitely a raisin quality.
All right.
A dry fruit, definitely raisin, maybe wasn't a fig. It was definitely raisin. It was the sweetness of a raisin. It's unmistakable. And yeah, so Dennis, thank you for that. I don't really retro a lot. It's not something I'm used to. It's not something I like to do. And I know you do get a lot more flavors out when you do that. But
I got a little sweet from the box press. I didn't do both at once.
I can't tell you which one I got it off.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's the one that was like, wait a minute, which one did you get it from though? Because together it might have been something different. So then that's the box press. The rolled, yeah. Mm-hmm. It seems to just be a little more complex there. Because I'm getting the wood stands out a little bit more too, and it was definitely more black pepper spice and not harsh. Like I usually have whenever I retro, it's really harsh, but that wasn't at all bad. Either one of them.
I was able to retro this a little bit. I got a little bit of caramel off of it. That box press.
I didn't get any. I got very little sweet.
I had to get a little bit of a caramel flavor there. Ugh.
Now, what was I about to say? I'm about because they were about the same length, yes, or
they're exactly the same length, exactly the same ring gauge,
everything, right? It's about the same burn, and I promise you, I'm trying my best to be even on puffing away on both of these guys.
Yeah, no, I'm actually the same way, and I am getting a little bit of a wave to my box pressed, and my traditional seems to be about razor sharp. So that's the only difference there. Again, that could have been when I was lighting with the cedar spill. That could have been the issue there, but again, I also have a nice long tear of the wrapper to my box press that's actually gotten bigger as we go along. So
that heat break is just
the heat's getting to it and it's starting to make it break even more. But I think we'll burn it through just fine because even though it's getting bigger as far as length, it's not getting wider.
Okay, so it shouldn't be that much an issue. I will say my box press ash fell off on its own. I had to tap off my my rounded one just to kind of make it a little more even. Well, we haven't done a side-by-side in a while. The last one we did was thankfully with Mitch with the Chrome Magnum Knuckle Dragger versus the Firecracker. And that was
the Anthropology.
Oh, the Anthropology and the Firecracker? Yeah. Anthropology is the tiny guy. That's almost the same length, if not just a little bit longer than the Firecracker. Which that one was almost they were identical. But then again, they weren't rolled differently. It was just a matter of that little bit extra cigar you're getting. So those guys out there who are like, oh, I want to buy a Churchill or the big guy because you get more out of it. Yes and no. Because if you get a longer cigar, you're getting more of the same. If you get a bigger ring gauge, you actually run the risk of throwing off the ratio of wrapper to filler to binder, which is why your Lancero will taste a lot different than your Gordo or your friggin' Ogre,
right?
Which I don't think there's an Ogre Lancero. I don't think that's a thing. It would be interesting to try that though, to see what they come up with. But I don't see that playing out very well anytime soon. That's nice.
Definitely good tasting cigars though. I didn't check the prices on them. I should have checked the price, see what the quality of them is.
I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying the heck out of it.
Not the quality, but the price of them, because you can't judge it off of price for quality.
No, it's just a value.
Yeah,
a value number, which is fine.
But it's pretty tasty cigar. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know if these are like bundle cigars or anything like that, but they are long fill.
I kind of wish I was smoking one at a time.
Yeah,
that's throwing me off a bit. Honestly, I don't smoke cigars at the same time very often. When we're doing reviews, they are their own reviews. We're not like, all right, switch cigar. Now we're on to this third.
Yeah, we have about 7 different setups here, guys, at the lounge, and we have different ashtray setup and lighters. So what we'll do is we'll start one review off of one spot, go to the next spot, do a light and that, then the next spot, the next spot, the next spot. So we get about 10 reviews done at once.
I would be unbelievably sick if we did that.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go ahead and say no. I don't want to be a part of that. Although when we're doing single reviews, like if there's only one cigar, we each have to review one. We'll just put the camera in the spot where we can swivel it.
Yeah.
Sometimes, or if not, let's say I'm doing work at the computer, like over here or something. Over here, if you can see on YouTube or Facebook for podcast,
you could hear him pointing.
You can hear my hands where they're going. And Frankie's doing some work over there. I'll just let him do his review first, and then I'll hop on mine afterwards. It's just easier that way. Now,
as you hold these cigars in your hand, Mike, do you have a preference on what the feel is?
Not really.
No?
Honestly, when it's 2 box pressed and all of a sudden you're getting these sharp corners, this one I can rotate just fine. So that's not an issue at all. Obviously, the rounded one, super easy, no problem. Both feel good in the hands. Both are smoking well.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely enjoying both of them right now. I'm gonna set that guy down.
I'm getting a slight more predominant wood note in the box press. So we'll definitely have to see if that continues.
I can agree with that. I'm getting a little more mild sweetness out of the rounded one.
Mm-hmm.
And just a little more complexity, I think. I feel like it changed a lot faster. And that big spice in the beginning, which, again, not super spicy compared to some other stuff, but definitely noticeable. It was there, and then it disappeared, or it dissipated a lot faster than in the box press.
Mm-hmm.
So. Nice.
If you guys have ever had these cigars, definitely write into the page and let us know what you thought of them. Again, this is my first time ever hearing of this cigar. So,
yeah, big thank you
to Chris.
To Chris, yeah. Unbelievably good way to tell between the two. Definitely enjoying this little experiment we're doing.
Okay, some good news. We got an order here coming in from Mr. Brad Reith at Zeal Cigars.
Ah, Brad.
He just needs us to give him some shipping information.
Okay.
So.
Always awesome. Good. Guys, we have our taster next weekend. And for tasters, you need cigars. And that's what we're hoping to get. And that's what we just got. I was actually really hoping to get a box of Sacred Scales.
Man, me too. I feel so bad for Ventura Cigar Company. Even though they are owned by a larger company, they still pretty much run autonomously. And where they're at is such a small boutique company, even among the other boutique companies. They're not Southern Draw. They're not Roma Craft. It makes it hard for a small company like that. Now, when it's, just you and maybe one other person like Dapper or Sinistro or M. Bombay, they can make it happen because it's just them. They're not answering to anybody, Yeah,
when decisions need to be made, they're made.
Right. So, unfortunately for Ventura Cigar Company, they fall in that middle ground where, hey, if we're not producing, our company's going to shut us down. And it looks like that's what's going on right now with Ventura. Their sales force was pretty much gutted by 2/3. And that's really sad. Our rep was one of the ones, unfortunately, that lost his job. But again, I'm sure he'll bounce back. He'll find something else. He's a great guy. So They were scheduled to be here at our event this Saturday,
I don't think it's
but I don't think they're going to be here. We'll still have some product, but I don't know the status on the new stuff.
No, there's going to be a lot of great stuff still there. But yeah, I was a little disappointed in that. Either way, I love Ventura cigars. The Strange Passage, Sacred Scales, the Cloak, or the was it Cloak or the Crystals?
Cloak, crystals, and curses.
Crystals, Cloaks, and Curses.
Mhm.
There's only 2 in that one. So
Three.
one of those is that no, it goes. Oh no, yeah, no, it's
The miniseries was 3.
5, 3, 2. Because this last one was a 2 man.
Mhm.
Yeah, it was the Sacred Scales and Dawn of Destiny was his last one.
To everybody over at excuse me, Lollapalooza. I mean Lazona Palooza. I hope you guys are having a good time. I know Chris is out there.
Hey, yeah.
So
have fun.
yeah, I hope you guys are keeping it Smoky Brothers and sisters. So
Frankie went to a type of event like that you could. I don't think you could smoke cigars though. At the what was it called? Oh, the Lilith Fair. Yes, Frankie went to the Lilith Fair. You should tell that story on the podcast.
Okay, I did not know where I was going. I was
You were super stoked to be
sophomore
there.
in high school. It was my first concert that I was told that I was going to.
Yeah, just experimenting.
And I was told Madonna was going to be there. And when I was young, Madonna was huge, and everybody loved her. This was before she went crazy. So that's all I have to say on that subject.
I don't know how to.
The Jack Turanio, Tim Wong event, I just saw something about that. I don't remember if it was on Instagram or if it was on Facebook.
I didn't see anything.
But I didn't see any date or anything. I just kind of glanced over it real quick and said, oh, crap, Jack's going to be in town. Last time I saw Jack was over at IPCPR. We walked with him for a while in the casino trying to find different stuff.
Yeah. Like, where the heck is this at? And, like, I think it was for the party, the after party for Omacraft. No idea where it was. Like, I'm probably over there. Well, let's figure this out. If anyone has more details on that, Dennis, is it Dennis? My screen's cracked right there. Yeah, Dennis, you can help us out with that. That would be a huge help right now. My goodness.
So that's awesome. So it looks like we're going to get King's Envy and King's Comeback.
I like that.
Those are 2 of the signature series cigars from Zeal. If you guys haven't tried them out yet, he has a whole line of cigars. And the King's Envy and the King's Comeback, according to Brad, are his 2 hottest sellers. So we want to make sure we got those for our taster.
I am looking forward to trying them myself. I hope everyone else enjoys them in the group. I know there are some other Zeal cigar fans at Calibras, which I think you should also be one. If you guys haven't checked them out, definitely check out Zeal Cigars.
Mm-hmm.
He does some awesome work. Him and his daughter are super cool. I cannot wait to go back to that lounge.
Now it's starting to make an X now. So the tear has gotten worse.
Well, I mean, that's just being different than society wants you to be. That's what made the X-Men. So maybe your cigar is a mutant cigar. I don't know. That's all I can think of right now. But you don't want it to crack like that. That's not great.
Yeah.
When did it start?
I noticed the small crack when I lit the cigar, but as the heat travels up, it's causing the tobacco to react and it's making it worse.
Yeah, makes sense.
So
then real quick, Gavin doing some sharing. Gavin, thank you so much, man. I appreciate it, especially for the live show. Since this is the podcast and we're doing less questions and more just talking about what we're doing today. It really does help out, guys. Even if you don't watch this live and you're on the podcast, do us a favor and share it around with other people you might think would enjoy it. Definitely would appreciate that. And
all right, Chris.
There we go.
Chris, pleasure to have you on, sir. We are smoking 2 of your cigars. We are doing the box press and the traditional. I don't know if Mike tagged you in the video or not, but we have the Tobaccos Vallejuelo, I want to say it's called. I know someone said the L's are silent, but the Mexican in me is wanting to make that into a Y. So that's what I'm doing there. And
the Vallejuelos, yeah. They're delicious.
The Vallejuelos.
Yeah.
And just trying to see if we get any differences in the smoke output, in the flavors, in the burn. I got to say, it's a pretty damn tasty cigar, no matter which way you go. Again, guys, these are both Robustos 5x54 ring gauge. They both have Mexican San Andreas wrapper, Dominican Republic binder, Dominican Nicaraguan fillers. It's really hard for me to tell right now which one I'm preferring because I do think it's going to come down to a preference of shape.
I'm gonna say I have to give it towards the more rounded guy right now. I like the box press just fine, but it's just a slight edge over here. And yeah, I definitely really appreciate that. And yeah, it does look like it's still burning okay, right?
Yeah, it's still burning fine. It does have that crack, and with the heat, it did get a little worse. But again, it's not causing any major issues other than the crack being there. So I'm going to smoke right through it. I don't see it to be a bigger problem than it just starting to split.
Yeah, as long as it's smoking well, I mean.
And the ashes are keeping up with each other pretty well.
So I had to tap mine again just because it looked like they were getting loose. So yeah, my ashes and holding on as well. Not a big deal to me, honestly. As long as it's not falling all over myself or little flakes everywhere, which it's definitely not. It's still falling off in solid chunks.
And again, I would like to also thank Chris because he sent us a bag, not only of these, but a bag of mixed, limited, and rare stuff. And we actually enjoyed a couple of them on the last 2 live shows.
Yes.
On Saturday shows. We did the Psychedelic Turtle on one, which I was a big fan of. I thought that was such a cool, interesting cigar. I love the name. Nice. I love the band. I thought it was really, really cool.
Yeah, that was a really good one. I can't wait to get into some more of those too.
And then last week we did the Avo 30 year, which was a fantastic cigar. I'm a Avo fan, and okay.
So that's what's going. Okay, so can't get a hold of these anymore, and I would definitely agree with that. More of a barbecue taste to it, a little barbecue nuances. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I definitely can see that being the case right there.
Like I mentioned earlier, Chris, I know this was probably before you came on, that I did look these up on Atlantic Cigar Company, and the box press of the Robusta was out of stock. So that makes sense now that you said that it discontinued. So you won't be able to find them again. Now I feel bad that I'm smoking it.
Feel bad you're smoking it. It's good stuff. That's the problem when they discontinue something so good. You don't want to smoke them. You don't want them to go away. But that's the only way you're going to enjoy it.
Mm-hmm. But I'm enjoying both of them right now. A lot.
There we go.
Although I do think I would enjoy them more if we were doing them one at a time.
I feel like it's a time situation. The strength level isn't that high. Probably like a good medium to medium.
It's definitely a solid medium.
But back to back in them is a little more difficult. Still very enjoyable though. Mm-hmm. I can see myself having a couple of these in a row. At a barbecue actually would be a great spot for it. Or just throughout the day if you're having a good day. Like right now, it's very bright and sunny outside, but not too hot.
Oh no, it's beautiful outside right now.
Could be at the pool while the kids are having fun. Have a cigar on the side. Yeah, these definitely are good.
Definitely, this is in accordance with the FDA not regulations, but findings. Up to 2 premium cigars a day will not have no adverse effect to your health. So there's our 2 for the day. And then I'll probably have 2 more later. And that'll be for a day that I don't have any cigars.
Smart. You want to balance out. It's all about balance, really. I will say I don't think the FDA did any studies when you smoke cigars at the same time. I don't know if they counted on us doing that. But they should have prepared. They should have prepared better.
Well, this is America. So if I want to smoke 2 cigars at once, I can.
Oh, you definitely can.
So
I want to get one of those little pieces of metal where you put different horns on it. Instead of horns, each one's going to be a cigar holder.
Oh, you can fashion that off of a menorah.
I guess you could. A little something to pinch one on down on top of each one of them. Huh. Well, the holidays just got a little brighter. And I won't burn any oil then because it'll all be wood.
Oh, you'll burn the oils.
There's a little bit of oil in the tobacco. But you know what? They weren't counting that in the tradition or in the story of Hanukkah. So it is what it is. Billy, hope you're having a good one. Oh, goodness.
I am getting a little bit of a sweeter note from the traditional.
Yeah, I would agree.
That's very interesting to me because they are the exact same cigar and one is just box pressed. Well, the blend's the same. The size is exactly the same.
To me, it's about the roll though too, because you wouldn't have so many different sizes and ring gauges and lengths and whatnot if it didn't have something to change it up a little bit. there would be no reason to worry about Lanceros versus larger ring gauge
Right.
if there wasn't differences. And I think the fact that you can't put the leaf in the exact same spot on your rolled as your box press, that has to change it up a little bit. Maybe not vastly different. Maybe some of them are made so they taste the exact same.
So we got Bob checking in from Nevada, checking in, and of course Billy watching from Long Island.
I believe Bob is checking in from New York.
Oh, is it New York? I'm sorry, it looked like NV from here.
Oh, the first one says NU, but then it's NY. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's right. Yeah, Bob is in New York. Yeah, that's
Bob.
right.
We don't forget you. Hope you guys are having a great day wherever you're at in this country or anywhere on the world.
I do have a bit of a wave in the burn to the box press. I have a nice straight burn to the traditional.
I thought the same thing. Yeah, my box press is a little different. Although if I turn it to one of the, there we go. I could probably fix that. But the burn on my traditional, I don't really need to worry about rotating it at all. It seems to be working just well.
The ash is a dark gray. For those that do like to know about the ash, it's not bright white ash, but it is a nice gray ash.
I've seen these pictures. The Cigar Aficionado does some really nice ones of the tiger stripe ash, where it's slightly breaking and you can kind of see the pattern of that. Mm-hmm. I have not had something that unique looking in my ash happen to me.
Yeah.
So maybe the way they kind of tapped it just gently or something, you get that picture. I want to try to do that. Mm-hmm. And real quick, Matt, hope you're doing well. Again, you guys have any plans this weekend? Let us know. I know there's a palooza going on, which if there's ever a palooza, you're going to have a good time.
I did tap them both right now, just so you guys know. Did not want to ash this beautiful table.
Which is, again, great. And Jeremy, the owner of Culebras, is planning to do some really cool stuff with the same kind of pattern design. So be on the lookout for that. If he starts selling, I would definitely recommend picking one up real quick. We'll picking one up real quick. We will be pushing the heck out of those. I'd love to see this in everyone's cigars pictures.
Yeah,
you have your table set up somewhere, or your stand, whatever he decides to go with, and then seeing this with your cigar and your drink. Oh man, those would make some awesome pictures for social media, for your Facebook and Instagram and stuff. I feel like we're spoiled getting to do our reviews on this and whatnot, because you could just see so many different cigar bands, and you can see where the club, in our area at least, really does shine with what they like more, what they smoke more. Some rarities in here still that are might be one and dones.
Yeah, if Miguel were to make his table, it'd probably have a lot of Lot 23, a lot of Andalusian Bull, a lot of Romeo 505, some La Madrinas mixed in there.
Oh, easily, yeah. Some Strange Passage, some Las Cabo Maduros, some Antigua Esteli, Maduro Segovia, or Segovia Maduro. I think Frankie's would just be a huge Oliva Sierra Milanio sign, which would be kind of cool actually to see. I would like to see a giant band of that. I do like that band.
Yeah, so what they did is this is actually one of those table covers for the pool table.
Yeah.
And what the guys did is everybody kind of chipped in some time. We marked some lines on it and just started placing cigar bands on it and gluing them down with some just regular glue stick. And once the whole table was laid out and it was all glued down, Jeremy took it and put this clear coat finish on it. I think he put like 4 or 5 coats of it on, and it's just beautiful now.
It looked cool before.
Yeah.
And this just one-upped it to a whole.
Oh, I didn't even realize the last Cowboy made it on there.
Yeah. I think that was some of the last ones to get put on was the corner you're at right there. Just because they worked from left, my left, all the way to your right over there. Mm-hmm. And man, it took some serious effort. This wasn't a printed out like, a bunch of different bands and a big print job. It was all laid on by hand. I think it was really cool. Any update on the Vegas trip in March? The dates are going to be the 20th to the 22nd for sure.
Yes.
Details on the actual events and stuff will probably be a little closer to. Mm-hmm. Not too far away, though. Probably at least January, I would expect.
What we're going to do is a little bit after the beginning of the year so everybody can, kind of have their New Year's holiday and whatnot. Probably mid to late January, we're going to start putting out an RSVP. We will have to take some monetary stuff up front just so we can get us all hotel rooms and stuff.
Yeah.
Um,
I mean, I guess if it comes to it and you guys want to book your own, that's fine. But we just need to make sure to have a head count of some sort.
yeah,
So if we go tell
Vatos or Cigar Outlet.
yeah, we don't want them to hold aside for us, and then all of a sudden there's 3 of us there.
Yeah, if we can get a good group of anywhere from 8 to 12 guys to come out, or not guys, but smokers to come out.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be a fun time. And I definitely think that Vatos and Cigar Outlet would definitely try to schedule some sort of event, in-house event, bring out a cigar rep and some cigars, and then we can have a little get-together there. We could always hit the Strip, do those, do La Casa, do Helios, Monte Cristo Lounge, the Fuente Lounge, and definitely have some good time.
Yeah, basically just bring an air tank, pure air, so in between smoking you have a little fresh air too, because I plan on having a lot of cigars that weekend. And I'm talking a lot of cigars. It's going to be a really fun time.
Yeah.
And I think Bob brought this up in the comments. Yeah, it's going to be a crazy time because March Madness is in the heat right there. So you're going to have a lot of people betting, a lot of people there just to have a good time. I am absolutely looking forward to that. I wanted to go to Vegas for Fremont on Halloween. I am told it's absolutely intense how much they celebrate, and I cannot wait to go next year. I'm definitely going to make that happen.
If we could get 10 or more people to go, not including you, I, and Mitch, because we know we're already going.
Yeah.
So if we can get 10 other people besides us to go, I will go on the Ferris wheel.
I don't see that happening.
I will go on the Ferris wheel.
No way.
It's I believe it said it's $45 for the Ferris wheel. If we go during happy hour, it's $65, but it's all you can drink for half an hour because it takes half an hour to do a rotation.
You can't survive on that thing for half an hour.
So for those of you that don't know, I am absolutely terrified of heights. I don't think the good Lord intended us to make structures higher than 2 stories. But if we can get 10 other guys to come out, I will go on the Ferris wheel.
I don't see it happening.
And it is a huge Ferris wheel, guys.
If we can get 25 of us together, including me, Frankie, and Mitch, he'll get on the zip line on Fremont, and it is unbelievably long. If we get 50, I will find one of those things that shoots you in the air, and we'll put Frankie on that as well. We go watch him pass out.
Now, I know some guys are going to say, okay, like Billy's saying, it depends on the cost of the flight, the hotels. For me, honestly, Vegas, I don't like staying on the Strip. I'll stay off the Strip, either in an Airbnb or I'll find a cheap hotel like Ellis Island. The room really, to me, doesn't matter. As long as it has a bed and a shower, I'm good.
Yeah.
I don't need a fancy room.
The fanciest I want to find is somewhere that has a good place to smoke. The only reason I would stay anywhere really fancy, like the Venetian, I guess. Or no, I'm sorry, not the Venetian. The Sands, because they have a really nice cigar bar there. They don't sell. It's just a bar that everyone smokes at because of events.
Yeah.
And I would love to go hang out over there more. But honestly, you don't need that. You can just go as a customer and just hang out.
And the nice thing about the Ellis Island, which is off the Strip by a few blocks, is that every room, once you get into your room, has a
Let's start more action.
has a what do you call it?
Growler.
A growler
Yeah.
that you could actually take and get filled for one fill at the brewery they have inside.
Yeah, they have
So that's pretty cool.
own private brewery. I love that. And they actually have some pretty good craft beer on hand. They won quite a few awards. Their stout was really nice. Heck, I want to go back just for that. I think we've got like 4 of them now.
Yeah. So still both smoking really well.
Mine actually is super white on this guy. Look at that.
Is it?
Definitely enjoying the heck out of these guys. Although, leaving my mouth very dry right now. So I need to.
Yeah, I've been drinking a lot more too.
There we go. Yeah. A lot of smoke, but worth it, especially for this little experiment.
Mm-hmm.
I want to do more stuff like this. Like I want to get, I already know which one I prefer just because I've had both of them many times, but the Havana Vieja from Sinistro, their Shaggy Foot kind of Gordo guy versus the Lancero.
Yes.
And I love that Lancero. It's one of my very favorite ones.
Yeah.
If you haven't had a chance to try it, definitely recommend grabbing a hold of one of those. I would love to get my hands on one of the Viva La Vida Lanceros.
Oh, if only I knew where to get one.
I know there's some good guys who would probably help us out with that.
Yeah.
We'll have to get a box.
The only thing is, if you guys want to be able to get some of those Viva La Vida Lanceros, you got to be members of Luxury Cigar Club.
Worth it.
The members get first come dibs on the 300 boxes that they made. The boxes go for $180 a piece. You get 10 cigars in the box. They are a limited edition release. Once these are gone, they're not going to make them again, guys. So if you guys want in on it, get a hold of Luxury Cigar Club. Let them know. I do have one Lancero. It was a pre-release before they actually came out with the official release that I will be smoking.
Oh, you were going to smoke that?
And
I turned it into
for those of you guys that don't know, I have been such a big fanboy of Viva La Vida since smoking my first one through Luxury. I've had them in almost every size you can think of. I have about 7 more Toros left. I have a box of the Diademas, which is the other limited edition one.
Yeah.
That I haven't even opened yet because I don't want to, because I know if I start smoking, I'll smoke them all.
Easily, yeah. Luckily, they sent us a shirt for the models, too. And Ashley, who's been on the show before, she attends a lot of our events. She will be there Saturday for Stogie Fest. Was cool enough to do a photo shoot in that, and I think it turned out really well. And it's just a great company. They're great people. They do a great job. I can't wait to see them more available for everyone to get a hold of, especially since AJ Fernandez is going to be doing the selling on those now.
Yeah, so if you guys have an AJ Fernandez account with your local shop, make sure you let them know that they do distribute Viva La Vida. So if you guys want Viva La Vida in, let them know to order it through AJ Fernandez. They do the distribution.
100%.
And I can almost guarantee you will not be disappointed with Viva La Vida. They are fantastic cigars. Yeah, I just can't say enough good things about them.
No, absolutely agree with that. 100%. I haven't had quite as many as you, but I've had quite a few, and I've never been disappointed. Always good construction. The flavors are always on point. Just a great cigar.
Yeah, go ahead.
Woo. And it is unbelievably smoky in here, yeah. It is really nice that they put it in the huge smoke eater.
Yeah.
Because usually if there's 4 cigars going, there's 4 people smoking.
Yeah.
This is, again, not a usual thing for us to smoke 2 cigars at once. So I'm going to go ahead. I got to take the bands off now, though, because I'm getting to that point. And I don't want to burn.
Oh, well, you're already there, huh?
Well, as you can see, I got maybe an inch and a half to go before I get to my band. I want to get rid of it now before my ash. There we go. Came off no problem. And same with the box press now. Come on. Be good.
I'm getting a bit of a tighter draw now on both of these.
Uh-oh. My wrapper has come up. Not ripped, but it's come up a little bit. Little lick it and stick it. There we go. Still very nice. Liking that a lot. Now, if you had to pick, because 3 days over in Vegas, 3 places to go to for each night, obviously, cigar outlet, I'm thinking is going to be one. I think the Monte Cristo Lounge you want to get in there.
Yes, I am a big fan of the Monte Cristo Lounge. I prefer it to Casa Fuente. You guys have all heard my story about Casa Fuente and why I don't really care for it all that much. But if we get that group to go out and you guys want to go there, we will definitely go there.
100%.
Especially if it's people's first time in Vegas and they've never been there before, we'll definitely get that on the agenda. But the bartender at the Monte Cristo Lounge makes a fabulous old-fashioned. It's one of the best in Vegas, in my opinion. And one of the things that I like to do is no matter what casino or bar or whatever we go to, I always order an old-fashioned. And by far, it has probably been the best I've had.
I definitely agree with that. It's unbelievable. No, they just do everything very well there.
They do. They really do.
The way the lounge is set up is awesome. Everyone feels very inclusive, but you can still have your little group to the side with the way the tables are all set up, which I love that. When we went, there was a basketball game on last, and definitely people were into it. But at the same time, it didn't feel like a sports bar kind of feel. You could still just have a conversation, even though it was packed. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't think there was an empty seat in the house.
No.
And you could still hear everyone, which was really nice. And everyone's still having a good time. No one was sitting there quiet, like, oh, what do I do? It feels too stuffy to be talking. No, it was a layback, good experience still, while still maintaining that kind of upper class feel.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. So we will create an event for Vegas. so we can start getting some RSVPs on that.
I think we got to.
We'll start looking into hotel rooms to see what's the most inexpensive route to take. Again, there's a lot of cost-effective ways to get hotel rooms in Vegas and still be able to get around. So that shouldn't be a huge problem. We'll start talking to Cigar Outlet, to Vatos, and see what we can come up with as far as events go. Maybe we can get a hold of Brad, have Brad come up. I think that'd be a lot of fun if he can meet us out there.
Oh, that'd be awesome. Yeah. He's pretty close, I hear.
It's only a couple hours away.
Yeah. Just got to drive through a whole lot of nothing. You go over the Hoover Dam, though, so that's pretty cool. It was because we made a stop from Vegas to Arizona, just because if you're going through Bakersfield, it's 4 hours to Vegas, and then another 2 over to and then just back the way we came, basically.
Yeah.
So it made it a little easier to justify that long drive, making a bunch of stops, and it was nice to see the cigar community from one state to the next.
Yep.
And how there's still those little bit of similarities everywhere you go. Just good people enjoying cigars, having a good time.
Mm-hmm. So we've got a few minutes left in the show, Mike. So I'm going to put these down now.
Okay.
Maybe we can start talking a little bit about pros and cons between both.
All right, yeah.
So for the most part, you guys, they both smoked exceptionally well. I do think ultimately it's going to come down to your preference on hand feel, on mouth feel. Because I think if I remember correctly, I don't remember looking at the actual price, but I think the actual prices were, the same.
I think you're right, yeah.
Regardless of what size you went with or what shape you went with. Again, they are both 554 ring gauge. They both use the same San Andreas wrapper, the same Dominican Republic binder, the same fillers from the Dominican and Nicaragua. Again, the only difference being one was a box press, one was a traditional round cigar. Issues in construction on either.
It looks like just the box press on both of us.
The box press I did get a pretty big crack off the beginning. That did get a little bit worse as I went along. But it didn't seem to affect the actual smoking of the cigar. It just aesthetically looked bad. The traditional kept up well. Smoked very well. The burn line was razor sharp throughout the entire cigar. The box press did get a little wavy. So again, I ultimately think, Mike, it's going to come down to personal preference.
Yeah, I think so as well. Although I will say I had to relight my box press. It went out on me. Still puffing away, which is weird because I didn't pick one over the other while I was smoking. So that was a little interesting.
Mm-hmm.
The traditional, no problems whatsoever. Razor sharp burn. My burn line on my box is pretty straight too, but there was a little correction needed to happen. And then the wrapper coming up right now is throwing me off a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
I'm hoping that'll just burn through, no problem.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so unfortunately, guys, like Chris said, that these are now discontinued. So it's gonna be very hard to find them on any traditional sites. You might have to find a buddy that has some in trade or buy them off of them.
I think so, yeah.
But if you guys want to go to Atlantic Cigar Company, they do have some of the other sizes available. So I would definitely pick up some because it is a good tasting cigar.
It's a great cigar, yeah.
But that being said, Mike, for me, on this cigar, box press versus traditional, I would have to give the edge to the traditional.
I agree. I think so as well. There's a little bit more nuance in there. And even though I thought, I'm not really going to taste it because of how much smoke is going on, there is a bit of a difference.
Yeah.
I think this kind of definitively proves, to me at least, that sometimes between a box and a non-box press cigar, there's going to be some differences.
Yeah, and again, we weren't really going for a whole lot of flavor differences in the two cigars, you guys. We were judging it off of smokability and the way they smoked.
I was judging off everything.
Were you?
I was being a judgmental guy. I apologize.
Okay. That's fine. But I do think that the traditional smoked better in this case for the this blend. Of course, if there's other blends out there that both make the same size of any cigar that's box pressed and traditional, I'd also like to try that and see if it holds up.
Yeah, definitely.
But this was a great way to start out this experiment. So again, a really big thanks to Chris Markham for that. Great support of the show. He sent us a whole bunch of these cigars to try out. So we'll definitely try them again. I think we do have a Toro version and a Bellicoso version that are about the same size. Just one is box press, one is traditional.
To do a little,
We'll see if we can do it again.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think this was a good experiment. Definitely want to try these cigars again on their own,
Oh yeah,
one at a time, to see how it smokes.
think so.
And we will definitely get on the ball with the Vegas trip in March, guys. I'm looking forward to it. I knew we'd get a few people that would be interested, but we already have, I think, almost half a dozen people that are wanting to come out for it. So
Oh yeah.
that's great. I think if we can get a solid group of about 10 people to come out, it's going to be a good time. So next thing we spoke one, if he
I was thinking we should do that for the Oliva Serie V Milano, each size.
I would love that.
What is that then? 6?
You've got the number 4, you got the Robusto, you got the Grand Robusto. No, I'm sorry, the Toro, the Grand Churchill, the Figurado. So I want to say 5.
5. Okay, that's still a lot of cigar right there.
Yeah,
But worth it. We gotta try that.
absolutely. So if you guys don't already have it marked on your calendars. March 20th, 21st, and 22nd, Las Vegas, Nevada. We'll be doing a Bakersfield Gentleman Herf out there. We hope to see you guys there. Even if we only get 5 people to go, I'm still going to go and have a good time.
Oh heck yeah! That just means I'll have to drink more because people won't be drinking as much.
Right, that's absolutely right. So
Happens. I'll let you wrap it up.
yeah, so we're going to get going, guys. Don't forget, if you guys are in town on November 9th, which is this Saturday, if you're listening to this on Friday, we have our Stogie Fest going on, which is going to be a lot of fun. A lot of different vendors out there. $75 gets you your ticket, 5 cigars, dinner, and a drink. Don't forget to donate to Cigars for Warriors as often as you can, you guys. Christmas is coming up, and it's one of the busiest times for donations to them. So get what you can together and make sure you find your local donation center. If you don't have one, you guys can send it yourselves out to Florida. Just hit them up and let them know where you can send it. It should be on their Facebook page as well. And thank you guys so much for watching the podcast. We'll come to you next week with another edition of the podcast, number 13. So thank you guys so much for sticking with us, and we will see you guys next time. Have a good one, guys.